All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to part two of our call from Tuesday. And as you know, there were some things that I wanted to finish from the other discussion we were having, and we want to go ahead and take some time to do that tonight. And we won't keep you long, as I typically like to try to do these within 30 to 45 minutes. That really depends on whether or not you've got questions or not. And then if you don't have questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into just part two of what we started the other night. We started talking about the different ways to use PLR with Webinar Fusion Pro and with Genius Trainer Pro. I might get into a little bit of Genius Marketing Pro and any questions that you might have. Now, one of the things that I talked about in my email today was that the PLR that that you're buying or that you have, typically you're going to be able to use that, not necessarily always to sell, but you'll definitely be able to use it in order to give information to those audiences that you're going to be before. So does anyone have any questions? If you don't have any questions, as I said, I'm not gonna hold you long. I really want to just kind of get into just kind of part two of what I discussed last night, and then just kind of go from there. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and type them right there in the box. And other than that, we're just gonna kind of dive in very quickly, and we're gonna finish up from the other night. And I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so this is just our multi-platform training and PLR show. Just so that you know, our vital stats, you can get us on the Facebook page, our daily newsletter. If you're not getting our mailings, you can sign up there at theplrshow.com, put your name and email address in there, and then you'll be getting notice of all of our webinars and all of our trainings. You can get any of our replays at youtube.com/gain mindshare. So again, fan page, facebook.com/the PLR show, sign up for our daily newsletter, theplrshow.com, and then you can get all replays of all the training that we have done at youtube.com/gain mindshare. Now, last night we just kind of dove into some questions. What we really want to do, we talked about the product snowball. What I want to do is talk about PLR in particular and the Genius software suite. So once again, I want to open it up for any questions that you might have. And the questions do not have to be limited to PLR. They can be on anything that you're using or trying to do to build your business. So anything that you're trying to do to build your internet marketing business, you're trying to do online, offline, or whatever you're trying to do, feel free to type those questions in. And again, if I can't get the answer, if I don't know the answer, I will go out and get the answer. So go ahead and put your questions right there in the box. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about using PLR and using Webinar Fusion Pro in order to market what it is you're going to use. You're going to market using Webinar Fusion Pro. So let's talk through some of the instances. Now, one of the things that you want to do on a regular basis, right? When you get content of any kind, you want to make sure that you're using that PLR to teach on various subjects. And I say that because this is one of the ways that you create content. I mean, I know that a lot of people, when they get started with internet marketing, the fact of the matter is that even if you are a great salesperson, you still benefit by having lots of content on there. And some of it, yes, is about positioning yourself in terms of being an expert, but a lot of it really is having enough content out there. Not only does it give you credibility, but it also makes you findable. Right. So when someone starts to Google you, or they start to Google a topic and you're out there, what happens is looking at you starts to become inevitable. Right. You're sort of everywhere. You're sort of in all those places where people are looking in order to get information on the topic. So always use your PLR to teach when you have a chance. And again, you don't have to be a great orator. All you really have to do is know the subject matter. And that's really what you're going to be doing with the PLR. You want to promote your webinars are as the answer to specific pain. So we've talked here before about how you find the pain that a customer is having, a prospect is having. You want to make sure that all your webinars are titled, right, to answer specific pain. You want to make sure that they're answering specific pain points. Right. And this is something that's easy to do. And of course, yes, you want to do it within the context of the PLR you already have. And there are more than enough problems probably within that, but definitely do lots of do your webinars and do them in a way that you are answering specific pain. All right, so let's see. Ty is asking the question. Okay, so you want to segment to have the autoresponder move a person into a course with GTP. How can you send an email that the next module in the course is available inside of GTP? Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the things you're going to do is you want to set up your autoresponder on a time basis, right? So in other words, you want to tie your autoresponder to the drip in content for your Genius Trainer Pro. So on the one hand, you're going to have maybe lesson 1 showing up at the on day 2. And at the same time, though, what you want to do is you want to have the person who's opted in or the person who's purchased, you want to have them getting an automated message, right? You want to have them getting an automated message that's set for day 2 or the end of day 1. Right. So you have it set for the end of day 1, telling them that, a message is, or that they're going to be getting access to Genius Trainer Pro course and a specific lesson. So you want to play around with the timing, but you want to basically set up your autoresponder to go out one day at a time. And you want to set up your course to deliver the content one day at a time. And so you want to have that. You want to probably have your content showing up first, and then you want to have your automated email go out in a way that says, hey, lesson 2 is available. You want to make sure that the only people that are going to be on that list are going to be the people who've actually purchased the course. And of course, you can do that by making sure that the people opt into your list and then delivering their access to the course through that email. Now, what's going to happen, though, is that some people inevitably are going to unsubscribe anyway. However, most of the people are going to remain part of that list if they know they're getting updates in that way. So that is the way that I would handle GMP, and then having people and then having the autoresponder send a message out. You just want to time it so that the content is there first. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense. If that makes some sense to you, please put the number 1 in the question box, and then we'll move on. Okay, so one of the things, and again, and this is one of the ways that you're going to turn your PLR into valuable content. You want to leave those videos on YouTube, right? So you want to leave those videos on YouTube whenever you do a webinar, because they're valuable content. And you leave those videos on YouTube and you go ahead and optimize them, right? You go ahead and optimize them. And then, of course, once you're leaving those videos on YouTube, you want to make sure that you're always using Webinar Fusion Pro to collect leads on the way to the webinar, right? So in other words, yes, you're going to be promoting your webinars as the answers to a specific pain point, but you want to also use Webinar Fusion Pro so that you're collecting leads in order for them to access the webinar. And that is one way that, you're going to deliver valuable content. You're going to leave that content on YouTube, but at the same time, though, the only way you're going to get access to the live content is to make sure you're using WFP to collect leads on the way in to the webinar. Okay, and while you're on that webinar, remember to always be using polls and collecting the data. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time there. I will do a separate session on that because there's a specific kind of a scientific method that you want to use to do that. You want to run automated webinars whenever you can, okay? Because again, what this does with Webinar Fusion Pro is, again, it allows you to teach on a subject and make an offer. Teach on a subject and make an offer. Teach on a subject and make an offer. So you are using the content that you're buying in order to then create answers to specific problems and pain. Right? You're going to teach with that content, and you're going to put it on Webinar Fusion Pro and run automated webinars when you're going to make your offer. And of course, what you're going to do then is you're going to drive traffic to that automated webinar. Do I leave my webinar in YouTube as unlisted if I don't want it to be seen? Yeah. So there's a way in webinar in YouTube. You want to make sure that your default settings for all of your videos is unlisted. And then you can always go back after the end of the webinar once you've edited, or you can always go back at the end and you can then set that webinar to, or set that YouTube video to be public. And I think right now I changed my default to my videos are always public, but you can change the default settings so that every video that's created from Google Hangouts becomes an unlisted video. And then what you're going to do after the webinar is you're going to go out there and then you're going to enable it and call it public. Right? So if that makes sense to you, Lud White, just type in the number 1 in the question box and then we'll move on. Okay, good question. And of course, inside of Webinar Fusion Pro, you're always going to be, or you always should be, testing different offers on the offer button, right? So again, the content you're using to attract people into and onto the webinar, but the key to this and making it a moneymaker is when you get people on an automated webinar where they're using the, where you're using the anytime link, you want to test different offers on that offer button. Right? Because you got to find something that's going to convert with the webinar. Now, what you're going to do, of course, is when you're on the webinar, yes, you should be selling. But at the same time, though, make sure that when you're testing those different offers, that they're relevant to what you're pitching in the webinar. Right? And I think there's one more point that we were going to talk to. And then, you know, once you really figure out what's working, you want to start segmenting your traffic to some of these webinars. You never send everybody to all the same webinar. You want to send people who've purchased a specific product or came to your list in a specific way to specific webinars, because again, you really need to get a handle on how the people that have come from a specific traffic source become customers. Right now, it's an important thing. So in other words, if you know that most of your buyers are coming from your blog, right? You need to maximize that. You want to start maximizing the traffic that gets to your blog. You want to put more effort into getting people to see your blog posts. So you really do need to know and segment your traffic so that when you start seeing sales, you want to be able to put a handle on where that person came from, how long they've been on your list. And you can do that when your traffic or your list is segmented inside of Aweber, GetResponse, or GMP. Okay, so that's pretty much Webinar Fusion Pro. I do want to talk a little bit about Genius Trainer Pro tonight also. And again, in general, when it comes to PLR, we just talked about this. I suggest that you drip your content or your chapters, right? Drip your content to or your chapters. And again, what this does is this really kind of increases the value of what it is that you're offering. But at the same time, though, it also allows you to time your automated messages to go out to people in order to have them become part of your, or in order for them to experience your content. Because what you want to do is, even if you have somebody that's paid or paying, you want them to experience and consume the content. Right? You want them to consume it as soon as you can. And again, I mean, maybe there'll be some times when we'll talk about that and how you do that. But the most important thing is for you to get them to consume the content in order for them to then be ready for your next information product. Okay, and then of course, what you're going to be doing is you use the resources and other parts of the package other than the videos and PDF. You want to provide resources and incentives, okay, to remain on your list. And then here's the thing about whether or not you're in Genius Trainer Pro or any other membership. You want to make sure you're rewarding people for being part of your membership, rewarding people for being part of your mailing list. Okay, and then you want to create courses using GTP for giveaways and bonuses for affiliate products. And this is really where your PLR is going to come into play. You want to create courses with your PLR, and you want to give when you start talking about giving away bonuses, you want to give people something valuable. And when you actually set up, right, a PLR process, setting up the videos so they're easy to use, right? They're easy to use, easy to consume, easy for people to get through. Right now, here's what most of us do, and I'm guilty of it myself, is to give people a bonus like a WordPress course, right? Or let's say you're going to give a course on list building, right? So yeah, let's say you have rights to the course, and then what we have a tendency to do, and again, I've done it, is to have people download one or a couple of zip files, right? One or a couple of zip files. And I guess, if that's the standard, that's the standard. But why not? Well, here's what I'm saying. Why not set that course up in GTP? Why not set that course up and give it away as a bonus so that your customer who's actually getting a bonus, not only are they getting that PLR, but they're also getting something that you put a touch on for them to experience it, right? So Genius Trainer Pro is an awesome tool when you can separate yourself from other marketers by setting up courses. And when you start doing giveaways and doing bonuses, make sure your bonus is something different, right? You don't have to just give, the same PLR as everybody else. You can use GTP to actually use it to create a course and make people more loyal to you. If that makes sense to you, right? If you get what I'm saying when I say use GTP to create courses for your giveaways instead of just a PDF, using courses for your giveaways instead of just a zip file. If you get that, please put the number 2 in the question box. If you understand what I'm saying, that Genius Trainer Pro plus PLR equals an awesome giveaway if you take the time to set it up on GTP, right? You can actually do that. You want to make sure you have rights to the course. You want to make sure you have rights to the content, but it is something that you can do. Now, one of the things that you should be doing, and here is something that's a little more sophisticated, but it's something that I recommend you try, right? So let's say you already have people inside of GTP, right? They've already bought one level of the course. And so let's say that you come back the next year and you're going to do an upgrade. Well, you can always take that same course in GTP. You can actually import that course to yourself. And when you import that course to yourself, what you're going to do then is you're going to then update the course by adding to the content and then offering an upgraded version or something that unlocks new content. So in other words, you want to have 2 or 3 different versions of your course. And then people who want to have an upgraded version, you pass that version on to them, right? But it's very easy to do when you've already got it set up in GTP. You can then, again, just import it to yourself and create a new version of the course and then upgrade that course, right? Well, okay, so Erica's asking, why would you create courses in GTP for a giveaway? Well, it's just to create value, Erica, right? So it's a way to differentiate myself. So if you had the opportunity, let's say that me and let's say that me and another guy, right? We're gonna have the same bonus. Our bonus is gonna be a Periscope video course, right? With master resale rights. So we're both gonna have a Periscope video course. But let's say that what we're going to do is I'm going to put that course in GTP and give it to you as a bonus. The other guy is going to give you a zip file, right? So basically, what I'm doing is I'm differentiating myself by giving you something again that's different from everybody else is getting and provides more value. That's why I would put a course in GTP and use it as a bonus. Right? That's why I would do that. But that's a great question. Okay, so that's what I mean by using 3 different versions of GTP, right? Let's say that version 1 of the course, right? Somebody opts into your list. Somebody opts into your list. You give them version 1 of your course, and that's the audio and vMerge. So all they get is in that course is the audio and vMerge, and then in a couple of days you send them an email and you tell them, right, that if they want the they want an upgraded version, they want an ebook, you give them the guide and cheat sheet if they're willing to pay a little more for it, right? And so they've already got version 1, but you're going to give them version 2 because they're willing to pay a little more. And then version 3, you're going to put we're going to put all 3 of them in there: audio and vMerge, ebook guide and cheat sheet, and the video. Right, and what you're basically going to do is you're not going to recreate each course. What you're going to do each time is just going to import it back to yourself. Yep, that's exactly right, Ryan. Well, okay, Erica, I still do paid courses in GTP. Right. So I don't want you to feel like GTP is only for free courses. I do paid courses in GTP also. What I'm saying is that I have the option, right? I have the option. So you want to be flexible, and all you're really doing is you are trying to provide as much value to your prospect as you can. And one of the ways you can do that is to provide them a free course. Now, of course, you can, and you should, right? If you follow what I'm saying right here at the end, let's say that the free version of your course is just audio and vMerge. That's in one course in GTP. But then let's say you have the same course, except they're also getting the ebook guide and cheat sheet in version 2. That's also in GTP, but they have to pay to get that, right? They got to pay to get that version. And then you're going to have a third version where it's audio vMerge, ebook guide and cheat sheet, plus video, and they're going to have to pay more to get that because that's an upsell. So in that particular case, we have 3 courses that we're putting in GTP. They're basically one version. Audio and vMerge. Erica. Okay, so vMerge is where you set up the slides in order to play with the audio. So it takes some time to set up, but basically you're going to have presentation slides that play right alongside of your audio that your customer can watch. Right? That's vMerge. That's the vMerge feature of Genius Trainer Pro. Okay, great question. Right. Well, Ryan, when I say yeah, okay. So what you'd be doing, Ryan, is you're basically going to create 3 courses. Now you could call them levels if you wanted to, but basically, in order for them to get that other level, they'd have to buy it, so that you give them either the chance to buy it through the buy button, or you give them the chance to buy it from your JVZoo link or from your GMP link, and then you deliver on the thank you page. You deliver to them the course plus the coupon code, which is free, that gets them into the course. Right? So you can have them pay you any way you want, but what you're going to do is you're going to deliver to them access, right? And you're going to deliver them access by giving them a coupon code and the course link. Yep, that's right. Okay, so good thinking. Okay, so any questions on what I talked about with Genius Trainer Pro or Webinar Fusion Pro? Any questions about that? It's really all I really wanted to finish from the other night. Right, so if you've got any questions, just go ahead and type them right there into the box. Okay, so if you still need any of the Genius Suite, we do have something coming up on the 18th, and we've got a webinar coming up. If you're part of the Genius community, you definitely want to be on the webinar on Monday. Going to be talking about what's coming up on the 18th. We've got something really cool for those of you who maybe you haven't been able to get started selling and get started marketing. We're gonna really provide some help to some of you all who are looking to do that. So definitely be on the call on Monday, and then I think we're gonna be ready to show it to you. And okay, great. Okay, so Erica's asking, what are the differences between Genius Trainer Pro, Genius Marketing Pro, and Webinar Fusion Pro? Okay, so Genius Trainer Pro is a training platform, right? It's a place to teach a course, right? So its function is for you to upload content for people to experience it and actually learn something in a class. Genius Marketing Pro is a marketing platform. So it has a way for you to create marketing funnels, to create products and then sell them on your system, and then to also create surveys. And basically, it is a way of being able to have an affiliate program for your products, as well as being able to deliver the product or service that you are selling. So Genius Marketing Pro is a marketing platform. Webinar Fusion Pro is a webinar system, and it is still, even now, months after it has been it's been launched, is unique because first, what you're able to do with Webinar Fusion Pro inside of the automated webinar is you're able to pre-program comments from people who are going to be on the webinar. So in other words, you can actually set up conversation, or you can use old conversation from the chat box inside of your webinar. You can also make automated offers, right? You can also make automated offers. Yeah, okay, yes, there is, Ryan. There's going to be another piece to this whole puzzle. It's actually going to fit very well for those of you who are looking to really just start marketing. Yeah, you could say that. Genius Marketing Pro has lead pages in it, right? It has has a drag and drop editor. Lead White, that's a good way to put it. That's right. Very good. Okay. So here, those are all the links to the stuff that's on the Genius Suite. The email marketing course expires tonight at midnight. So if you're still looking to pick that up and get our bonus with it, you can get that at superfastactionbonus.com/Sajan. Right. So I know a number of you have already picked that up, and we will be getting together on the webinars this weekend. And then of course, we probably won't do a webinar this weekend. I'll probably be getting back together with you again on Tuesday, but definitely be looking for the email for the for the Genius call this Monday. Okay, so Damon is asking, is there a way to do YouTube videos and webinars? Yes, there is. Now, you do need to have the automated version of Webinar Fusion Pro in order to do this. Now, I can kind of show you. I think I can kind of show you this. And that, okay, now that I just, I know that, that I've been spending so much time. I have not been able to launch my WordPress PLR course. And so if you've been looking for, I think I've got a course that shows people how to build a WordPress membership site. So if that's something you're looking to do, you can actually pick up Dr. Amit's WordPress PLR, and I'm going to put that along with it. I have to render the videos. I've got to bundle it up, and then I will put that link inside of the folks who buy this thing from Dr. Amit, their PLR. I just don't have time to launch it myself, and I don't even think I'm ever going to get to it. So rather than have it sit you know, and sit for a long time, I'm just going to go ahead and just pass it on. I've got more courses than I have time to launch. Right, I've got more courses finished than I have time to launch. So I'm just going to kind of get some of these things to you when there's an opportunity to get something relevant to you. Looks like they've got a WordPress course and they don't have anything on membership sites. So I'm going to have this as a bonus for those of you who pick up that course. Okay, so now I wanted to talk a little bit. Somebody asked me about, let's see, I think it was Damon. He was asking me about how you can, if you have Webinar Fusion Pro, how would you use a YouTube video? Well, say if you have the, I'm going to size this up for you too. So let's say that you have the automated version. You would then go to My Media, right? You'd go to Recorded Webinar Videos. And then what you do is click Upload a New Video. And then, you know, you'd write a name in here, and then you'd put your YouTube URL in here. And then Webinar Fusion Pro is going to import that video into your dashboard. And then what you're going to be able to do is, I'm going to go to one of my webinars here. If let's say that I had already completed a specific webinar, then what I could do is I could go to this webinar. Okay, this one's already done. This was already done. I could go to this webinar. I could edit it. And then what I could do is I can make this an automated webinar, right? And then it's going to look for the videos that I created, right? So I'm just going to go and get the video that I already created. That's the one that I imported into in Webinar Fusion Pro. And so you're going to bring it right there in. And so that's how you get your WordPress video into your Webinar Fusion Pro. Right? So very good. Very good. Great question. Okay, yeah, Phil. Yeah, we'll definitely get if you're getting the Genius mailings, or if you're getting my mailings, right, I'll definitely have the replay available for you. Right? So if you need to get my mailings, I think it's the PLR show.com, and then I've got a name and email sign up there form there, and you'll be able to get on there, and then I'll make sure that you will be getting the replay. Okay, so Rennie is asking, will there be special pricing on GMP and on the new product? There will be special pricing on the new product for sure. I think for the early portion, I think, right? And I can't remember, so I'm thinking there is. I think that's what we've done in the past. So I think there will be. But we'll clarify all that on Monday. Well, some of the things, Phil, are still a little fluid. So we'll clarify everything we can on Monday. Right, but some things are still kind of in the in the works. The product is just about done. We've got to get it into the hands of some folks to complete some of the beta testing. But as far as the details, we probably won't finalize all that stuff until pretty close to the end. So some of that stuff is still a little fluid. Let's see. I got to scroll back here. And Erica's got a question. Have I heard of Blackboard? Actually, yes, Erica. I taught at or teach at Eastern University, and used to teach at lots of online universities. And so we use Blackboard a lot. So yeah. So it said. So you're saying they have a chat. You could sell a class where they could take class themselves or something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Chat room. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. No, that's cool. I get that. I'll have to, we'll have to talk about that, about chats. Because I know we've got, and I'm probably getting in trouble for saying this. We do have a chat, kind of whole setup we were going to launch. I'm not even sure if we're going to launch it. I'm guessing we could probably incorporate it, but I'm not sure. But that's a good point. right? That's a very good point. On dear Helen, the upsell on Sajan's thing. Um, I want to say it's 17 or 27, Helen. That's what I think. Now it's gonna go up after tonight. If I don't think he normally takes it off the market, but what's gonna happen is, excuse me, he's probably gonna raise the price on the front end, and he's gonna raise the price of the upsell. That's what he typically does. Now he's saying he's gonna take it off the market. I haven't seen him do that before. But I'm guessing that the upsells maybe like 17 or 27. I can't remember because I just get his stuff. Yeah, okay, the upsell's 27. That's about the only guy that I will just kind of get his stuff just without thinking. Okay, and yeah, okay. Okay, yep, thank you, Rodney. Yep. Yeah, Phil, you'll know everything. There's going to be a webinar on the 18th, I think, for the Genius community, right? So there's going to be a webinar on that day, and everything's going to be right up front, right? Everything's going to be up front. So it's not we're not gonna hide it from you guys. So that's for certain. So anybody's part of the Genius community, you'll know. Oh, okay. Oh, for the Sajan thing, yeah, I get that. Yeah. The bonuses are, I think, it's really the course is kind of put together inside of GTP, and then on both levels. So the upsell, I put the video course together, and then on the front end is put together too. Okay. Wow, it's about 9:39. This has been I've been really struggling to get this thing down under 45 minutes. And so I'm glad we did that tonight. Man. Yeah, no, that's a good Erica, I think that's a great plan. Right? You don't have to give anything away, right? And the only reason I would say to set something up and give it away is because it's a way of delivering the bonus that's different. That makes sense, right? It's a way of delivering the bonus that's different. And so it's not going to be the same thing as it's not going to be the same, right, as some of the other stuff. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't even think I saw the downsell, Erica. I said with Sajan, I don't even think about it. He's one of the only cats I do that with. Only guys I do that with. Right? Because I like his stuff for the graphics. So I like it to get his stuff. Right. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, Erica. So you don't have to give away all your courses. You're just taking, let's say you get a PLR product and it's on traffic. Well, you set that course up, right? You set that course up in GTP, and you give away that whole course, right? But all it's the same thing as one PLR product that they would have gotten if they would have gotten a download file. You just put a little work into it, and they're getting it in a form that's cool. Yeah. See, here's how I use, and I've said this before, right? It is, um, PLR for me is raw material, right? Now, admittedly, I am, I will use PLR as bonuses. And I won't hesitate to do that. I will use PLR for the graphics, and when I get done with the graphics, they're unrecognizable. So nobody if I do something with Sajan's graphics because it's already there, it's because uh, you would never recognize if I did anything to it. So I will use those graphics. I will also use the sales pages, and here's really what I think. Anybody who's on here who's a product creator, right? Any of you, right? The hardest thing for me when I got started was creating sales pages. And these guys are giving you sales pages. And so if you have trouble writing copy, number one, number two, if you have trouble trying to set up a sales page, all you have to do is know a little bit of HTML. You want to take these sales pages that they're giving you, then they're giving you the rights to, and you redo them, right? And I think you have the rights to do that. I don't see anything in the rights certificate. Now, again, always look at their rights certificates to make sure. But in this case, it's not like you're using it in a way. All you're doing when you take that sales page, you're just using it as a model. And if somebody's already done the HTML for you, you want to take advantage of that. And so that's really one of the powerful parts about PLR is you have copy written, which all copy is basically the same thing. And so if you have, let's say you're selling a software program, or you're selling, or you're creating a information product, and you have bought an information product, you're going to kind of model your sales copy and sort of change some of the details and change some of the benefits, but you're going to follow the same pattern. And the key is you've already got a sales page that you bought that's yours. And so again, I don't, the content is the least, like it's a good use, but it's the least of the use. It's not even the best part. The best part is, and now if you let's say if you have a PLR course. Now, if you get his PLR course, here's what I would do. You should do it exactly what I did, right? You should do it exactly what I did. You should then you bought the PLR from him. You set up your own bonus, right? And because you have the rights to do that, you have the rights to give away that course and give personal use rights to it. I would set that up in GTP and use that as a powerful bonus, right? And so every time you get a PLR course, every time you get one, I would be looking to set that course up in a way that other people, because everybody's going to give away, and most people are going to be lazy. They're just going to give away the software box and the zip file, but you're going to give away a little something more and add something to it. It becomes, to me, a more valuable bonus and something that people actually want, right? In my opinion. So every PLR package has so many components that you can use if you think a little outside of the box, right? So let's go over them again. Number one, you can use a sales page, right? How many of you are challenged when it comes to creating sales pages, either the copy or the layout? How many of you are challenged when it comes to that? If you're challenged when it comes to creating copy or the sales page, put the number 2 in the question box. If you're challenged in that way, I am, right? I am. But if and again, I always go through the rights certificate. If I have the rights to use it, I will use it. And it may have, and the product I'm doing may have nothing to do. It doesn't have anything to do with email because it don't matter. It doesn't matter. So when you buy a PLR product, what do you have? right? What do you have? You have a sales page. You have somebody who did the layout for you. You also have you also have a model of copy, don't you? Right? You also have a model of copy. And so again, read the right certificate. If you can, if you're allowed to use that copy, because all you're doing, again, you put out your own product, you're not going to put out their stuff. You're just going to massage it to make it look right for yours. You bought it, right? So again, so you got your copy. You typically have the use of the graphics, right? Now, again, if you know a little bit of Photoshop, a little bit of now Photoshop to me, I know that you hear me say a lot that if you know a little HTML, you can go a long way. Same thing's true of Photoshop. You know a little bit of Photoshop. You can go to you can go and get a used copy of Photoshop, the latest version or the last version, I think version 8, version 7 or version 8 for really cheap, or you can get Creative Cloud for cheap. I think Creative Cloud is something like $19 a month or something like that. Right? So if you again, I know GIMP is out there. I know you can use paint.net and all those things are free. And I think they're fine while you're kind of coming along. But when you have a little, excuse me, you have a little profit to invest, I suggest either teaching somebody to learn to use Photoshop or learning to use Photoshop. Because those programs don't compare to Photoshop, I'm telling you. That's just the truth. So okay, so you have a sales page that you can use. You have copy that you can use. You have graphics that you can use, right? You can use the graphics. You're going to change them and you're going to modify them, right? You're going to modify them for what you're doing, right? Again, if the right certificate allows you to do it, use it, right? Use it. Use it for what your purpose is. It's not just about the product or the content. And the more of these things that you have, the more options you have to release a product that you're doing. Or even to create a bonus, right? A bonus about a lot of stuff. Yeah, again, this is another one of those courses, Erica, I have. And I mean, there are some that are out there already. I have a PLR course that's out there. I don't have time to. I have to. The same thing as with the WordPress course. I need to bundle it up. I got to package it. I have to put a sales page together. I got to get all the stuff together. But I'm still trying to find and get help to do that. Right. Well, the only reason I say that you would change it, Ryan, I'm saying that let's say that my product is not on email, right? Let's say that my product is on traffic, but what I would be trying to do is I'd be trying to create a sales page that looks nice that people are going to want to buy from. I'm going to go and grab a PLR sales page from another product that I do. And then I'd want to then change that to be my product. Right. Yeah. So again, it's kind of a business decision. You want to make sure that it's about your product and then it looks good for people to buy. And so I guess what I'm saying is I'm indifferent to what I use. Right. Okay. Yeah, you got me. Okay. Great question. Great point. All right. Any other questions? Guys have great points and great interaction tonight. I appreciate that. It's always a lot more fun when you all have questions and you all have stuff you want to do. Any other questions? Well, everybody, it's about 9:52. I did finish though by 9:39. We just had questions, and we will get back together again on Tuesday. Okay, can a fitness coach use the sales pages? Lou White, you can if you know some HTML. Now, you know you do in order to get in there and make them work. You do have to know a little HTML, and it's not impossible to learn. Right now, when you have graphics, the graphics require you to have a little knowledge of the graphics require you to have a little knowledge of Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, yeah, assuming, yeah, they should just get something up. One of the easiest ways that I have suggested, right, and one of the ways that I got started. Now, if your product is a make money online product, right, I wouldn't do any of those things. I would typically do something on the Warrior Forum that didn't even require any of that stuff, right? So you know, in those cases, yeah. If you have a list already and your list is buying, I would say, yeah, you kind of want to be marketing all along, and then you want to have something there, right? And I go two ways on this, Ryan. I go two ways, and I was always of that mindset. Now, when you're just getting started, when I first created my first product, I did it on the Warrior Forum. I didn't have a lot of graphics. I didn't have anything. And then there was a point at which an affiliate came to me and they said, well, I'd like to promote your product. This is awesome, but I can't promote it with your page looking like that. So I think that yes, when you're first getting started, you don't have to have and use other, you know, content. But I think if you have it, right, when it comes that time, I did not have the presence of mind that I could have used a PLR sales page when that affiliate came to me and said, hey, I want to promote your stuff, but I can't do it with this thing looking like this. And I wish I had the presence of mind to do what I'm telling you to do right now, right? Because that would have helped me. I tried to go and learn and create all that stuff from scratch, and I didn't even know what I didn't know. So that's kind of why I'm kind of telling you guys that if you just don't want to start from scratch, you can use something. If you got this inventory of sales pages, you can go to those things, right? So now, let's see. Erica's asking, how about some live webinars on editing the sales pages in Photoshop, and then I can just sell the yeah, you know, well, yeah, I might do that. The Photoshop thing's already done, right? The Photoshop's the thing is already done. So yeah, I just got to package that up and sell it. So yeah, just as soon as I can kind of get it together, Erica, I'll make it available. Okay, so any other questions? Well, okay, everybody. I'll be getting we'll be getting back together on Tuesday for the PLR show at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Once again, remember, for those of you who are part of the Genius community, be looking for the email, and we will be getting together with you on Monday at 7 p.m. So with that, everybody, thank you very much. You all have a great night. And let's see, for those of you who are, let's see, Valentine's Day is this weekend. So for those of you who you're married or you got a sweetie, you know, do your thing this weekend. All right. So everybody have a great night. A pleasant tomorrow. Take care.